Good morning, students. This is grade 7 computer science chapter 5. Chapter name is control statements in Qbasic. In previous class we discussed about commands in Qbasic. So in this class we will discuss about control statements in Qbasic. Let me see the agenda of this video classes. Control statements. Before we are going to discuss about this concept, I want to tell some information. Students, you know very well that how to write simple program in Qbasic. These simple programs are executed in a sequential manner. You know what is meant by sequential manner? That means one after another the statements, the programs are executed. That means if it is a simple program. If you want to change the order of the, that means flow of the execution. Sorry student, if you want to change the flow of the execution, that means skipping the part of the code or repeating the block of statement, you can use the control statements. Okay, I think you will get some idea about control statement. So control statements are used to control the flow of execution in a program. Okay, the control statements are used to control the flow of execution in a program. It has two different types. What are all? Conditional statements, looping statements. In this class, we will discuss only about conditional statements. Let me see student. Okay. So, what is meant by conditional statements? The conditional statements, these statements only decide what what action has to be performed depending upon the validity or non-validity of the test expression. Okay, so these conditional statements only decide what action we have to perform depending on the valid and non-valid of test expression. Okay, there are different conditional statements are available in Qbasic. What are all? First one is go to statement. Then second one is if then statement. Then third one if then else statement. At last else if later. Let me see one by one. First one is go to statement. What is meant by go to statement? Here these statements are used when you want to transfer the flow of execution unconditionally. Unconditionally means here we are not going to check any conditions. Here we are not going to check any conditions. Just the flow of execution are transferred unconditionally. Okay, when this go to commands are encountered, the control of the program will jump to the go to label. So we are telling that go to statement also called as jumping statement. The go to statement also called as jumping statement. Here that go jumping statement, the two method we can use, a forward jump and backward jump. So this is the syntax of this go to statement. I will explain. Go to, then label. The label may be a letter or word or it may be a number we can use. Then here in between the go to label and label we can use some statements. Okay, then label. So when the go to label command encountered, immediately the control will jump to this label part, jump to this label. Okay, so this is an example for forward jump. This is an example, that is this syntax is forward jump. Okay, you know the go to statement is also called jumping statement. Why? Unconditionally the flow of execution, it transfers the flow of execution. Okay, let me see. I will tell with the help of the Qbasic language. I will explain. See student, we have to choose. I'm going to open the Qbasic language. I will explain on program. It is given in your book. We will check. See here. Next. Okay. First, I'm going to give a clear screen. First, I'm going to give a clear screen. The next, I will assign the value 1 to the variable, A. Then, start. The start is a label. Actually, the label is followed by colon. It ends with colon. That is the label name followed by colon. Okay. Then here I am going to add the A value. A plus A. The answer is uh, assigned to the variable B. Okay. The next one, I am going to print the value of the variable B. The next, I am going to increase the A value by 2. A is equal to A plus 2. The next, here only I am going to use go to label. Here the label name is what? Start. Label name is what? Start. At last, I will use n command. Okay, that n command, often I am telling that n command is not necessary to all the program. If it is a simple program, you can use n command. Otherwise, no need. Okay. So, once again I will explain. First, I used clear screen. Then I assigned value 1 to the variable A. I used label. Then B is equal to A plus A. Then print B. Then A is equal to A plus 2. Here A, increase the A value. Then go to start. So how the program will execute? Here we used one no. So it moves to the label. Inside the label what we have given, that is B is equal to A plus A. Now 1 plus 1. Now the B value is what? 2. Okay. Again the B value is printed on the screen. Again A value is increased by 1. A value is what? 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2, the answer is 3. Go to start. You know very well, when go to command is encountered, immediately the control will transfer unconditionally to the go to label statement. Okay. Again the control will move to the go to label. So go to label name is what here? Start. Again the control will move inside. So this is unconditionally transfer the flow of execution. But here that we are not getting a correct out. That means that infinite loop will occur here. Infinite loop will occur here. I will show to you again and again. The control will move to this go to label only. When the go to state command is encountered, again and again the control will move to the transfer. The control will transfer to the start. That means label part. Okay, the go to label. We will check. See here. This is infinite. There is no n. Okay. So, did you understand, student? Is it clear? Okay. Is it clear, student? Okay. We will see the next concept. I'm going to close this. So, the go to statement is used to transfer the flow of execution unconditionally. We are using go to statement. Okay. The next one is, see, the next one is if then statement. Here we are checking the test expression. If the text expression is evaluated to true, the statement we have given, the statement which is given below the if part gets executed. That means the statement associated with if gets executed. Otherwise, what will happen? The control will transfer to the statement written just below the end if. If we are writing any statement below the end if, that statement will be executed. When? If the test expression will become false. Don't forget, if the test expression will become false, what will happen? The statement which is given below the end if gets executed. Okay. See the syntax, you will understand, and I will explain about this concept with the help of Qbasic language. If a test expression, here the test expression means condition. Then statement. That statement, this statement is part of the if. Okay. At last what we have given? End if. Okay. Let me see how I will explain one program. See student, with the help of the Qbasic language. Okay, see here. Sorry student, it's getting late. Okay, now I will explain if then statement. If then statement, first I will use clear screen. Okay, then I'm going to enter the value to the variable age. Okay, input, enter your enter your age. Here I am going to enter the value to the variable age. I am checking if age is greater than 18, then some statements will be printed on the screen. What type of statement? What statement I am giving inside the uh, double quotes using print command, that statement will be executed. That statement will be printed on the screen when, if the condition is true. I am giving eligible to a poll vote. So eligible to vote, simply we can give eligible to vote. At last I am going to use end if. Okay, here in your book end command is not given, but I will use. So let me check what type of output will be printed on the screen. So here I am going to give age 20. So it will check 20 greater than 18. The condition is true. So what will happen? It prints eligible to vote. Suppose if I am giving another value to the variable age, that means 17 greater than 18, no, the condition will become false. Nothing will be printed on the screen. Okay, suppose after the end if I am giving a print statement, print command, just I use the word welcome. Okay, welcome. So what will happen? Even if the condition is false, the control will move below the end if. What we have given below the end if, that statement will be printed. Whether the condition is true or false, here that statement which is given below the end if will be printed on the screen. Now let me check. See here, I am going to give age 20, variable value 20 to the variable age. What will happen? See here, 20 greater than 18, condition is true. Now eligible to vote as well as welcome, both will be printed on the screen. Okay, if I am giving value 17 to the variable age, the condition is false. What will happen? Immediately the control will move to the below the end if, that welcome is printed on the screen. Is it clear student? So this is an example. This is a one type of simple if. Okay, simple if. We did not use any else part here. Did you understand student? Okay. The next if then else. Next we are going to see if then else. We will see. Okay, here we are checking the test expression. If the test expression is evaluated to true, the statement which is given if part will be executed. Suppose if the text expression is evaluated to false, what will happen? The statement which is given below the else part gets executed. That means else block gets executed. The syntax is given. See here, if the test expression, then statement. If it is true, the statement which is given inside the if block gets executed. If the test expression is false, what will happen? The control will move to the else part. What statement we have given below the else part, that means in else, within else block, that statement gets executed. Okay, let me see. I will explain with the help of Qbasic language. See, I will show to you. See here. Here I am going to read two variable that is A and B. Enter a first number. Enter a first number A. Then again input, enter second number. Okay. This is an old program. So I am going to delete all those things. Sorry student. Sorry. I'm going to delete all those things. From first itself I'm going to start. Clear screen. Then input, enter the first number. Input, enter first number. Okay. Then A. Then input, enter the second number. Enter second number. Enter second number. Okay. Enter second number. B. Then, sorry student. Here I have to use comma, semicolon. Okay. Semicolon. Okay. The next, if A greater than B, then what will happen? I am going to print A is greater. I am going to print A is greater. Okay. A is greater. Else what will happen? Here the condition is false, means B is greater. That statement has to be printed on the screen. B is greater. Okay. Here we are finding the greatest value. That means here we are finding the here we are comparing the value A and B. Which one is greater? Okay. Whether A is greater or B is greater. Okay. Next, at last I used end if. After that I used in. Okay. Let me check. We will run what type of output we will get. Here enter the first number. That means a variable A value I have to give. I am going to use 10. Then second number. That means for here I have to give the value to the variable B. 5. Now see here A is greater, because after giving value to the variable A and B, it checks the conditions. 10 greater than 5. Condition is true. So the statement which is given in the if block gets executed. Okay. Suppose if I am giving A value 20 and A value 10 and B value 20. What will happen? Now B is greater statement gets executed. That means printed on the screen. See here, did you understand? Now it checks 10 greater than 20. The condition become false. What will happen? The control will move to the else part. What statement we have given below the else part, that statement is executed. Is it clear, student? Okay. The next one is else if later. Next one is what? Else if later. Did you understand, student? If then, else. At last, else if later. So else if later, here we can check the multiple conditions. We can check the multiple conditions. First, if the first expression evaluated to true, the statement associated with if gets executed. Okay. If it is false, if the first test expression will become false, what will happen? The control will transfer to the next test expression. It checks the next, that means second test expression. If it is true, that what statement we have given below the test expression 2, that statement will get executed. Suppose if the test expression 2 also will become false, what will happen? It moves to the third test expression. That means in your program only 3 conditions you have used, means it moves to the test expression 3. That also will become false, means what will happen? By default, what statement we have given below the else part, that statement will get executed. Is it clear, student? Okay, that syntax we will see. If test expression 1, then statement, else if test expression 2, statement. First it will check the test expression. If it is true, the control will move to the first test expression. What statement we have given below this if test expression 1, that statement will be executed. Otherwise, the control will move to the else if part. Okay. So, for what purpose we are using else if ladder? It is used to check the multiple conditions. Suppose all the test expression will become false, by default that statement which is given within a else block will get executed. Let me see. I will explain with the help of the Qbasic language. Okay, student, see. So I'm going to use I'm going to check mark of the student. See, input, enter your mark, enter your mark. Here only I'm going to use only one mark I'm going to enter. So mark. Okay, next, if mark greater than or equal to 90, then greater than or equal to 90, then it print grade A. You got grade A. Is it clear? If mark greater than or equal to 60 and mark less than 90, okay, less than 90, then print grade B. Print grade B. Okay. Then if mark greater than or equal to 40, greater than or equal to 40 and mark less than 60, mark less than 60, then print grade C. Then print grade C. Okay. Suppose. Okay. Then next, sorry student, here at all we have to use else if. I have forgotten. Here at all we have to else if. We have to use else if. Okay. At last, suppose if the mark of the student is below 40. Okay. Below 40, what will happen? Here I use the statement fail. Here I use the statement fail. At last I have to use end if, then end also I have to use. Okay. Let me check. First I am going to enter the mark of the student. Okay. First I will check 90. What will happen? It prints grade A. Suppose if I am giving mark, that means mark value is 65. What will happen? It print grade B. Okay. It checks. See here. Greater than or equal to 90. But 65 greater than or equal to 90 condition will become false. What will happen? It moves to the next else if. Here it will check 65 greater than or equal to 60 and mark less than 90. That means 65 less than 90. So condition will become true. So grade B is printed on the screen. And means the both the conditions should be true. Here you used and. So both the conditions should be true. Suppose if I am giving mark below 40. What will happen? 35 I am giving. The statement fail is printed on the screen, displayed on the screen. See, did you understand student? So here I used 3 test expression. If 3 test expression will become false, what will happen? By default, that statement which is given below the else block will be executed. Is it clear student? Okay. So how many concepts, that means what are all the concepts we have discussed in this class? conditional statements. So there are different conditional statements are available. What are all? Go to statement, then if then else if later. Did you understand? So for what purpose we are using control statement? The control statements are used to transfer, that means used to control the flow of execution. Control statements are used to control the flow of execution in a program. Okay, this class we discussed conditional statements. Next class we will discuss looping statements in Qbasic. Okay, I hope you understood my class. Thank you student. We will see in